What is up, y'all? It's your man Dangerous Voice of People's Choice, live and direct from New York City. And here we are reacting to the GODFALL gameplay trailer. Been reading a lot about this game, been seeing a lot of good things about this game. And we're going to watch it, and I'm gonna give my reactions to it and give y'all my thoughts. So let's get it going. So this is supposed to be a gameplay trailer of GODFALL.
Hello, my name is Keith Lee, and I am the game director for GODFALL. On behalf of Counterplay Games, we are very excited to share gameplay with you today and to offer you a glimpse into the mystical world of GODFALL. Today, you'll be seeing extensive gameplay captured on the PlayStation 5 development kit. Please keep in mind that the game is still a work in progress, and some things may change from the final product.
That little eye thing was a little Destiny-ish to me.
Of Sony's next generation console. Please enjoy. So let's jump right into what GODFALL is. GODFALL is a looter slasher that features intense action, satisfying moment-to-moment combat, and robust loot progression systems. You can enjoy the game at your own pace, playing alone, or through online co-op with up to 2 additional teammates. GODFALL is set in a brand new high fantasy universe filled with heroic knights, arcane magic, and forbidden realms. The world is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water, air, and fire.
Just like the Avatar.
GODFALL is a complete package. All loot and gear in the game are acquired or unlocked through gameplay. There are no microtransactions, no waiting for content. It's all in the game on day one.
So here's a thought. I wonder if you can become the Avatar in GODFALL. Since they have the 4 kingdoms just like Avatar The Last Airbender, I wonder if they have a functionality where you gain all the elements and essentially become your own little avatar in GODFALL. But we'll see when the game comes out. I don't think there's a function like that, but let's keep going.
As you adventure, you'll get to tear through enemies to challenge a mad god who awaits you at the top.
Oh, that action is
You play a
nice with the dual
knight,
blades.
a godlike warrior able to equip valor blades, legendary armor sets that transform you into an unstoppable master of melee combat. Throughout your journey, you'll find ancient valor blades lost in time, each with their own characteristics and long history.
And this is like the PS5 version of it.
Now let's talk about gameplay in GODFALL. First, our team wanted to do something different. We wanted to combine action RPG loot progression with third-person melee combat to create what we think is a looter slasher. Our game is therefore one part gear-driven and one part player skill-driven. In other words, not only do we want you to find
similar to Monster Hunter
weapons with powerful loot traits, but we also want you to have that feeling of accomplishment from mastering the wide set of combat mechanics available to you in GODFALL. From a combat philosophy perspective, the melee combat in GODFALL is intended to be fluid, dynamic, and interactive, embracing offense over defense. More often than not, you'll be facing multiple enemies at the same time. As a result, you should always be moving and closing the gap on enemies. Also, you dominate the combat space, not the enemies, and the game rewards you for being aggressive. Now that you're familiar with the combat philosophy, let's dig into it.
Before they move on, so the game has a looting system similar to Monster Hunter. So those of you who are not familiar with Monster Hunter, you're pretty much getting better melee weapons and armor, upgrading them and going to fight bigger and better monsters. So it's the same concept here. I think they're adding the magic to it, and then the combat is a little different. The combat kind of reminds me of like a Dark Souls Bloodborne type of game. Like as far as how the combat is, how they explain the combat, and how I saw the move. Like it's had kind of like that same dodge mechanic kind of like a Dark Souls, or even like those of y'all like I played on stream and on the channel. I played Jedi Fallen Order, so it's kind of similar to that, where like it has that same type of dodge mechanic and try to be a lot more offensive than defensive. It's a pretty cool system once you get used to it, and it makes the game challenging. So I feel like that's kind of like how it's going to play. It's going to kind of play like a Dark Souls, Demon Souls, or even like me who didn't play those Bloodborne, even me who didn't play those games, or played like Jedi Fallen Order, which had like that same type of combat system. I feel like that's the way it's going to play a little bit. Well, let's see about the weapon classes here.
To the weapons themselves. In Godfall, there are 5 weapon classes: the longsword, the dual blades,
Those look dope.
the polearm,
Polearm looks dope too.
the two-handed warhammer,
The Warhammer, ooh,
and the two-handed greatsword.
this game just looks good. I'm definitely getting this game day one.
Each weapon class has their own unique movesets and play styles, ranging from fast combos to more strategic, deliberate play. As you defeat enemies in your adventures, you will acquire numerous weapons. For each weapon category, each weapon with their own primary and secondary traits.
How they move,
At
bro.
a later date, we will delve
I'm gonna have
into
too much
weapon
fun with this
classes and how to modify them in greater detail. For now, we'll go over the dual blades and longsword weapon classes. The dual blades are the fastest weapon class in Godfall, embodying speed, fluidity, and mobility. The dual blades are exceptional against soft, unarmored targets or single targets. You can perform a combo by executing 4 consecutive light
This game
attacks.
plays like a Dark
The
Souls. a
dual
little bit.
blades heavy attack is a spinning blade cyclone. The blade cyclone can also be used as a finisher at the end of your light attack combo. So what are the signature moves for the dual blades? As you build up charge, you can also activate inner focus, which is unique to the dual blades, which inflicts massive damage in a short period of time. There's also Mortal Coil, where you can throw your blade into an enemy, pulling the enemy towards you, like pulling a cable. Now let's switch to the longsword weapon class. Longswords are balanced weapons, embodying crisp damage and simple cooldowns without needing a lot of elaborate combo setups. Similar to dual blades, longswords have their own
Longsword's your
4-hit
basic
light
sword
attack
weapon,
combo.
but
Then
they move
there's
so
the
fast
heavy
and quickly in
attack
this
finisher,
game, man. Look at
which
this.
can be used at the end of your light attack combo. There are 3 signature moves for the longsword class. There's Spectral Flurry, which cannot be interrupted and deals high damage to multiple nearby targets. Then there's Spiral Tip, which eviscerates all enemies in a
Boy,
straight fixed path.
Yo, that looks dope.
Notice there's a white flash after a longsword swing called a timing attack. If you press the shield button exactly at the same time, you'll perform a devastating shield uppercut with your longsword. The shield is a core part of Godfall. It's available to you throughout the entire game. You can always block incoming attacks with your shield. If you press the shield button at the right time, you can also parry an attack.
What's that?
You
Parry?
can perform a light attack after a last-second shield block to counterattack with a powerful shield strike. The shield is great not just for defense,
Combat in
but
this
also
game,
offense.
it looks so
You can
satisfying.
aim and throw your shield, which will hit multiple nearby targets. If you tap the shield button just as you catch your shield, you can perform a powerful wave attack. You can double tap the shield button to petrify enemies. And of course, you can perform an R3 ground finisher on enemies that were knocked down to the ground.
This game just looks really good, man. like a semi-boss battle here. Yo, that little blade fury thing where you kind of teleport and hit him, yo, that joint is dope, man. This little boss battle going on here.
We hope you enjoyed our first walkthrough video of Godfall running on the PlayStation 5.
Gorgeous, man.
We also want to thank all the fans for their endless support since our initial reveal back in December. We have a few more surprises coming down the road, such as details on loot and progression, and are eager to share more with you on our way to launch this holiday season. We hope that you will join our Godfall community on Twitter, Facebook,
2020, but we know it's November 12th. So this game is dope. I love it. I love the combat. I love the look of it. Everything. When I first saw it back in when I first saw it revealed back in 2019 at the Game Awards, I was like, yo, that looks dope. And it was like, yeah, this is running on PS5. I was like, oh man, it looks so good. It looks so good. And then I kind of like was like, whatever, like I don't know if I'm gonna get it or whatever, but it looked good. I said, yo, the game looked good. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna get it. And then, you know, my buddy Blurbox kept talking about it, like, yo, I'm gonna get this game. He kept talking about it on his Twitter, kept talking about it on his stream. So I was like, I gotta really take a look at this game. So I think in the last week or so, I've really been taking like a strong look at it because it's about to come out. And I'm like, yo, everything I watch about this game is real good. So the next video is probably going to be me looking at the different classes that they have in the game, because that was just like the gameplay trailer of how some of the gameplay works and how it looks and how it's going to feel a little bit. And I liked everything that I saw so far. So right now I am just excited for the game. It's coming out for PS5 and PC, and I'm going to be getting it on PC because I was unable, unfortunately, to secure a PS5 pre-order. I haven't been trying that hard, but I've been trying and have not been successful. So if we copy it for PC, I will be enjoying it all the same. I have a really good PC, and I cannot wait. I can't wait. The game's gonna be so good. Everything I like. It just reminds me of Monster Hunter a little bit, but it has like a Warframe kind of feeling for it. Like one of my favorite games is Warframe, but it's a game that, you know, it's kind of dying because the game's been out for a very long time, and I still enjoy it and I still play it, but I'm looking for a new game. So Godfall seems to be it, and I love it. So make sure you check out my next video. I'm going to be looking at the job classes, but it's your man, Dangerous Voice of People's Choice. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. God bless. Good night. Peace.